name is Jenny Albert. I'm here with Finance Revolution, a new nonprofit 501c3. We service people experiencing homelessness and people in transition of all ages with music, arts, creative wellness programs of all different kinds. We always try to put in a song or two that just resonates, that we think might connect. To brighten up even your darkest night. You know you can sing along. You just call out my name. You know wherever I am, I'll come running just to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend.
Would you like to introduce our speaker?
I met Jenny about, let's see, it was Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving. We, as a group, we fed the homeless at Bob Lumenfield's office. I don't know how many people we fed, maybe a couple of hundred maybe. And it was a great event. And this young lady provided the music for that group. But what's amazing about her is her efforts in the community. This woman donates her time. She teaches at the Woodlands. She goes downtown. She has an amazing story, which you're going to talk about. I don't know how to do that, right? So she's just an incredible human being. And I liked her right away, which is very unusual because I don't really like people. But she's just amazing, and we become very nice friends, I think. And we all want to make her happy because we want her to join our club, because this woman does so much. She would add to our club like amazing. So I'm putting a little pressure on all of you to be really, really nice to this young lady, Jenny Albert.
I am here today with a nonprofit organization that has been in the making for probably about 6 or 7 years. We are a formally known 501c3 now, and I'm very proud to say that within 3 to 4 months of filling out all the paperwork and waiting, the government sent us a confirmation letter very, very quickly, and it came the day of my birth father's passing, the memory of it. And I just felt like it was a very poignant moment of purpose, to be of service outside of ourselves and to help other people have opportunities and experiences. I mentioned my birth father because he's a huge catalyst for the nonprofit. I went looking for my birth family. Later in life, my adopted family are wonderful, loving, supportive people. They gave me all the tools to be the person that I am today. But I always wondered where I came from, where the fabric, the cloth, where I came from. The private investigator helped me locate my living birth parent, my birth father. He was homeless most of his life, in and out of jails and prisons for choosing to use to feel better and cruise. And he was raised in a poverty experience, so he didn't really have opportunities that I had. He was creative about being a survivor, and for him, using was the greatest thing in the world, and he chose outside because it was away from hoarding and animals and other people experiencing homelessness who would pool together their money to create a life for themselves, but it was crowded for him. So it's interesting, when I found him, I didn't know he was a musician, and I was a musician all of my life, my adopted family fostering my talents and interests and helping me learn. And it turned out that my birth father was this incredible musician and a sweet soul. Within 3 weeks of being in the field, having a lot of experience working in homelessness as a volunteer to begin with, we just were a pair. And one of the key things that aided in his transformation and his inspiration and desire to want to try new things besides the music itself, was inviting him into community service. So he became a performer, a speaker, and a musician with me at various spaces, one of which we met Hope of the Valley, that is now Hope the Mission. And in the beginning, we became their music during meal times. And Don would start to practice and share his story and play and teach others music. And it was just an incredible beginning of this transformative piece for the 5 years that we were together. Music was this healing piece that helped him feel comfortable and safe to consider new things he had never had before. I mean, he never even had frozen yogurt when I met him. So let's see. So this is the first day that I met him. I asked permission to take his photos.
My fool, in this lady.
First day, 6 months later, and then a year in our partnership.
You can be great.
We had 5 beautiful years together. This is Don speaking. One of his first experiences speaking to a group of people experiencing homelessness. Every single day I tried to make it special. The family felt like an adventure of some sort. If we weren't doing community service and performing and speaking, we were doing something he had never done before to make up for the years that we never knew each other, and to give him opportunities to see what made him thrive. In a lot of ways, he's a pioneer for the programs that I do now. First day, a year later in the same coffee shop. A short documentary was made about us that we give through the nonprofit for anyone experiencing homelessness or anyone interested to watch. It's called Homelessness Soundtrack, and it features the first few months of our partnership, how it unfolded, the community service that we did together with music and art, youth and adults of all ages. Don was able to get out of the legal system for the first time since he was 9 with my partnership through what I call a Shadow Companion program. Because for him, having an advocate and somebody standing by him, helping translate, helping him with the overstimulation, the anxieties, the panic, helped him get through situations he otherwise never could. We went to foster group homes. We went to shelters that featured different ages experiencing homelessness. We went to encampments with safe spaces. We would perform, we would speak, we would share. By the end of our 5 years, Don was released from the legal system. He had a space of his own with me, shadowed and protected, social services, health care, and he even had SSI, which was funding for himself that he otherwise never was able to obtain. He also was able to get teeth through UCLA's dental program as the first person experiencing homelessness with a shadow companion, able to go through the program with the students. So we can just pause here. Now I'm going to transition into videos of the programs, and I'll talk through them a little bit and then play a song for you. One of the things I thought would be a neat experience is to give you the experiential experience that people experiencing homelessness get with our programs. We have 3 tiers to our nonprofit. We have a wonderful board of people that are creatives of all kinds. The 3 tiers are, we work with youth for the families that are in family shelters. The Woodlands is one. There's one called Alvarado, and there's another one built quite far away. We go to all 3. We create after-school programs so their parents can get jobs, social services, healthcare, and eventually housing. A lot of the housing opportunities that you see, the shelters, the tiny homes, they're temporary transitions. They're not meant to be permanent. Eric, is it okay to turn down the volume of the video? This is them playing music and learning rhythm, but they're not just learning music. Some of the tools that I use through UCLA, being a music major there and graduating as a first jazz vocalist, is I take the music and help them apply it to real life, whether it's rhythm, or patience, or sharing, or timing, or perspective. They get to speak, they get to share, they get to play instruments. They don't need to be a musician to have that experience through rhythm and movement. They also get to do art. So we have a lot of art projects. not just painting, but it's called art of expression. It's a creative way to express themselves. As this video progresses, you'll see a lot of them draw houses or money. This was the first time some of these children ever, even though they're in school, learned how to make a journal and what a journal is and what they can put inside as a safe space for their ideas. So all of the supplies that are donated or any funding that comes, a big portion of our nonprofit goes to building these programs after school and also in the summer. The first one we mentioned is for the youth and their families, so families can get jobs, they can get social services, they can transition from temporary housing to permanent housing. We build an after-school program at places like the Woodlands or all the Woodland Family Shelter. Right now we can afford to do 1 a week, but we want to do 3 a week. In the summertime, we had funding last year where we were able to do 3 days of summer camp, half day. I had a person working with me. We're called creative wellness instructors, and we bring music and art and dancing and theater. And one of the coolest things is what we try to do is help the older kids become junior counselors with our Shadow Companion piece. So we help them learn how to become whatever it is they feel comfortable becoming. If there's a musician who's older and they want to teach music, we'll put them with one of our instructors so they can actually help lead. So it helps build their esteem, their focus, and their strengths so that they themselves one day can be leaders. The second piece of our nonprofit works with adults and seniors. We go to all the tiny homes and the adult shelters. We do music at meal times first for the wellness piece of helping them feel comfortable and stable with music and creative experiences. Sometimes they're experiential, they experience the live music. We have a team of people called the Soundscape of Hope Wellness Musicians who provide different types of music. We also open it up to interactive, where people can perform. They can do spoken word, they can perform their songs, they can play the percussion, they can do anything of that nature. So it's a double entendre. Then sometimes we come in and we do art. So they can paint and they can draw. They can also do creative writing, and we like to give them a voice. At the end of each quarter, we make what's called Village Voices. It's a small newsletter where we collect all of the content that is approved and comfortable by the participants, and we make a little newsletter for them, including Hope Missions services and other resources for them so that they can sort of see what they have done and share within themselves having a voice. Anyone experiencing homelessness or anybody in transition, a peaceful way of living. We create a better now to facilitate a better tomorrow. That's our motto. And right now, most of this particular quarter, I'm doing it all out of pocket because I want to keep it growing and going. And so I just want to say thank you for that. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass around the percussion. So if you want to shake along, thank you so much again for having me today. Again, my name is Jenny Albert. I'm here with Fine Arts Revolution, a new nonprofit, and these are the Art of Expression Creative Arts Wellness Programs to help those experiencing homelessness and those in transition bridge their way to the next phase of their life. Because there are so many stages and phases that it's helpful to have one common ground with the creative arts. So we always try to put in a song or two that just resonates, that we think might connect. When you're down and trouble, and you need a helping hand, nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You know you can sing along. You just call out my name. You know wherever I am, I'll come running just to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. Hurt you, desert you, take your summer or fall. All you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You gotta pray. You gotta pray. It's like finding a symbol when I hear the melody capture the inside me, feeling that I belong in a different time of day. I'll follow the hours as they pass by. Suddenly I'm caught in the middle of the way, where the sun don't shine, the moon don't glow at all. It's between the break of day, you set and the dawn. I'll watch the seasons change even when clouds don't come. There's more of me to be a part of this cycle of you that brings and spinning stars in the sky.